You'll be my forever friend. This love will never end. No, nothing can come between us. No, never with you.
Fathering is not something perfect men do, but something that perfects the man. Really good. That's by Frank Pittman. So I love that quote. Let me know, guys, if you like, that quote. And of course, we always say, is it something that you think is a good gem? Well, first of all, do you believe that the quote is truthful? And then do you think it's a gem that you can use in your relationship? So, which I definitely think so. Because just in experientially seeing my husband grow into fatherhood and be able to father our children, it is definitely something. And I think while I was looking for a Father's Day card for him, I came across a card that said, it's something when you find someone to basically spend the rest of your life with. But it's another thing, right? To find someone who you feel like you can literally bring a child into the world with and parent. That means that person has a certain aspects of their character, right, that you want to kind of like honor and duplicate, hopefully, as the child comes into the world. So I thought that was a really, really, really good one. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. The second one that I wanted to present to you guys is this one. It says, I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. That one, let me say it again. That one definitely hit home for me. Let me say it again. And that quote is from Sigmund Freud, right? So let me say it again. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. Ooh, yeah. I would have to wholeheartedly agree with that. I would wholeheartedly have to agree with that one. A father's protection is just unmatched, in my opinion. I think it's beyond my opinion, though. I think that quote is just laced with so much truth. But let me know what your thoughts are on that. And actually, I'm sorry, guys. It was actually 4, not 3. So I got 2 more to share with you, and then we'll get into tonight's scenario. So the third quote says, it is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Ooh, Frederick Douglass. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Again, that is by Frederick Douglass. And I think I really like that quote, and I wanted to share that tonight because I think it goes really hand in hand on some of the subjects that we've been talking about lately, especially when it comes to, the new look and journey of single motherhood and women of certain status and having a certain amount of wealth, choosing to literally go into single motherhood intentionally, right, by choice. And also talking about Harris Butler at a college commencement celebration and speech, putting in and choosing to highlight the importance of prioritizing family and marriage and putting honor and I guess respect back on the position of the homemaker. And I think those last 2 quotes that I talked about, as far as there's no stronger need than the father's protection, right, of a child, as well as the one that I just read where it talked about, it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. That's it, right? It's like when we have broken families, then produce, right, broken children that then turn into either be broken men or broken women. Yeah, it's harder to now relearn things, right? It's hard to recondition ourselves, and the process of healing although very transformative, it is a very challenging thing. And I think no matter, even if you have what we would call the ideal household, right? The nuclear union, there are things in life, right, that none of us can escape. And there are necessary experiences that we have to encounter here in life. And some of those experiences, there will be some pain or suffering that we will probably have to experience and go through, but necessary, right, for the necessary transformation, not extra. So, I think that's very true. It's true. And I think that shows the importance of why it is so important for us to do this, talk about relationship topics and skills and, do our due diligence to talk about these topics in life that aren't talked about enough and give us some type of, I don't want to say upper hand, but advantage, right? At least give us some type of awareness or understanding of the waters that we're about to enter, at least, right? You never know, because you have to kind of jump in, and you never know what you've learned and if it's really stuck with you until you're in it, right? So, but at least having the conversation helps. And I think having people in spaces like this, like the space that I have, and where we bring honor and praise to fatherhood and bring, fatherhood and men a certain amount of honor and positioning in life, then it's helpful, right? It's helpful not only for the men in our lives to understand the importance and the value that they hold, and I think that just would make stronger families, and that will then, of course, produce greater community.